Okay, so there are a couple questions about getting the roof to be at the right angle. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick. If we could reduce the chatter in the back just a little bit, please, thank you. So we're going to do a quick little tutorial on how to create the roof system that's going to match the slope of our beam system. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to go over to architecture and we're going to go over to roof. All right, it's going to ask you, if you're in 3D, it's going to ask you to pick a reference plane that you'd like to start with. So level 2 is fine. 1 or 2 would work. All right, so, and I'm going to look at this in plan. So I'm going to go to my level 2 plan, and we're going to want to match the extents that we did for our beam system. Okay, so we're going to start out by just simply selecting the outer perimeter of both of these two walls. We're going to offset this 3 feet from the back wall, and we're going to offset it 8 feet from the front wall. Okay, and lastly, let's go ahead and trim all of these lines together so that we have one consistent boundary line. Okay, so now if we look at these boundary lines and if we click on any one of them, or if we just look at them before clicking, actually notice that there's this little symbol of this little triangle here. What that means, if you see that symbol, what that means is that this line defines the slope of the roof. Okay, so if the line is defining the slope of the roof, it's going to contribute to its own, or that portion of the roof will contribute to its own part of the slope. Okay, so for what we're trying to do, we're only trying to have one consistent slope for our roof. So by having all 4 of these defining the slope, what that will do is it will create a pitched roof. Okay, with 4 different sides all going up to a point. So that's not what we're looking for. What you want is for the roof that we're looking for is you only want one of these lines to define the slope. Okay, so right now we have all 4, so I'm going to select the ones that I do not want to define the slope, okay, which is going to be these 3. I'm going to uncheck that. Okay, so by just this one line defining the slope, that's where our slope is going to start, okay, from where that line is. All right, so, and we know that we want this to be 2 to 12, so we're going to click on that line that's defining the slope, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to change this to 2 to 12. Okay, and from there we can go ahead, and I think that's the modified roof that I've already created, and I can go ahead and hit the check mark. All right, that will finish our roof, and it says, would you like to attach the highlighted walls to the roof? That's fine. We'll go ahead and do that right now. Delete. That's fine. And let's look at this in 3D. Let's see what exactly this is doing. Okay, so we actually need to raise this up quite a bit. Actually, you know what? Okay, so what I just did by hitting Control Z was I actually did not allow the walls to attach to the roof. Before I do that, I want to take the roof and bring it up to its actual correct location. So although it's the correct slope, it's just not in the correct location. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. Okay, so now our roof is matching our beam systems, and I can now take my walls that I've created and I can attach them to my roof plane. Okay, so I can go around and select the wall, hit attach to top, bottom, and select the roof plane. Okay, and right now my storefront is a little too high. I don't need it to be that high, so I'm going to bring this down, and somewhere in here I should have another wall. Let's go back to my floor plan, and let's make this like 23 feet just so it sticks out above my